Hey, it's Denis Belitsky, the crazy Russian guy who lives in Argentina, and today this is going to be a very special issue because I want to talk about email lists, okay? And many people just don't understand the power of a list, how many things you can achieve with a list, okay? So I want to tell you a little story about one of my lists, one of my segments in one of my lists. Happens to be that I used to have a sub list of people, and at some point I had so many things to do and I was doing a lot of different stuff, and I kind of stopped mailing to those people because I want a little bit out of the niche. I was at that specific niche, and also because I had so many projects, I just couldn't mail and couldn't have the relationship I used to have with those people. Okay, so a lot of months passed through from that time. I think it was around 6 months and even 7 or even 8 months without mailing. Imagine that. No mailing at all. Okay, so happens to be that at some point I figured, well, I had that list and I was cleaning my autoresponder. That's the true story. I was cleaning my autoresponder, and it happens to be that I see this list, and I said to myself, well, Denis, you should try to send an email and see the response. I mean, what people would say, how they respond. So I sent a very interesting email, and the email said, I'm back if you still remember me. It was a very interesting email saying, hey, it's Denis Belitsky here, and I haven't been mailing because I was kind of out of this specific segment, but I was wondering if you would remember me, if you actually remember who am I, and if you would like to have an advice from me, okay? Because I had a relation, but bear in mind, I had a very strong relationship with those people, but I didn't mail at all in 7 months, okay, which is a lot of time. So what happened next was a very interesting thing, because at the end of the email I said, hey, if I get a positive response from you, and if you respond this email, and your response is going to go directly to my email box, and you say, yes, Denis, here I am, I remember you, I'd like to do, and I said, if you respond, and if an XXX amount of people is going to say yes, I will do a 100% free webinar just answering your questions about all of the things and all of the old blogs that you have in mind in your specific niche. Okay, so it happened to be, and this was the interesting part, is that my email box got flooded with responses, and people were saying, Denis, where were you? We're looking for you. And there was a lot of jokes. One guy said, hey, Denis, I thought that the KGB had kidnapped you, and I always remember you, you're the crazy Russian guy. And I didn't expect all of those responses, and it was amazing. Okay, I was really surprised about that. People not only remembered me, but they said, hey, Denis, you are one of the very true guys that I used to follow, and for some reason you stopped mailing me. And I was wondering what happened to you in the first place. And in the second place, I missed you. Some people said, hey, Denis, I missed you. Okay. Now, imagine that. I didn't have any message. I didn't do anything with those people in 7 months. And I just sent one email, and people still remember me. Now, you may be asking yourself, how is that possible? And the answer is because I used to have a very strong bond with those people. It's not only the matter of being an attractive character of those people, it's also having that bond, that connection, being a true person on the other side, sending those messages, helping people out, just being legit, being you, okay? So here's the true thing about email marketing. The money is not in the list. And everybody repeats the same thing, but actually the money is not in the list. The money is in the relationship with your list, okay? And the big difference is there. When somebody approaches me and tells me, hey, Denis, I have 10,000 leads, or I have 100,000 leads, or I have 1 million leads, and blah, 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 yada, 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 it doesn't impress me. Okay, what really impresses me is that somebody can take a very short, very tiny list, very tiny portion of subscribers, and let's say 100 subscribers, and make $10,000 with those 100 subscribers. And again, why does it happen? It's because there is a very strong relationship with your subscribers. Okay, so the money is in the list, and this is one of the main things you need to understand about the list building. Okay, the money is in the list, the beginning, and long-term is in the relationship with the list, not just in how many subscribers do you have, okay? So don't get impressed with so many people claiming that they have millions of subscribers or whatever, okay? It's not only about how many people do follow you, it's also about how many people open your emails, how many people click on your links, how many people buy from you, how many people think that you are a true leader in the industry, in the niche, or whatever subject you are mailing about, okay? In the second place, and this is one of the most important things, one of the most key questions I always get from people tell me, Dennis, how can I make more money with my list? So let's say that, for example, you have a list of buyers. And this is just an example. This is what we do in one of the niches. We drive traffic to a pre-sale page, which is a survey. People opt into our list. After that, we take people to a very strong offer, which is a little offer with an insane value, and a lot of people buy. And then we take people, which is the tripwire, and then we take people through different OTOs. Now, for many marketers, the story ends exactly at that point. We made positive ROI. That's it. I mean, what else do I need? I made one sale, then I got an OTO, then I got people buying another OTO, and that's it. The truth is, you can offer even more to those people. People will keep buying from you as long as you provide value, as you are legit. For example, people will buy a $5,000, a $10,000, a $50,000 coaching from you if they feel you are going to give them results. How is it possible to make a 5-minute call with somebody or take 10 minutes on Skype and sell them a $5,000 coaching or a $10,000 coaching? How in the world people can do that? And the answer is, it's because there's something behind that process. What's behind that process? A relationship. When somebody calls you on Skype, let's say that you sell any product. For example, let's say you sell a $7 product about anything in any niche, and you got a lot of people buying that product, and then you offer an OTO, and then you offer something else, and people buy from you, okay? And then you start creating that relationship with those people, sending them true valuable emails all over the time. And then at one specific day you say, hey guys, would you like to have the opportunity to be part of this very special program I'm doing right now and become part of the family and work one-on-one with me? And that would be, for example, a personalized coaching, okay? Or maybe a group coaching, or maybe a coaching with other people who are managed by you. You don't have to be managing your own coaching, okay? So if people trust you, and that trust has been generated not today, not yesterday, but for years, they will buy that coaching in 5 minutes, even though it sounds something, very incredible. But actually, it is very possible if you follow the right steps and develop your relationship for a long term. Okay? So, number one, people will buy from you very cheap products. For example, in the front end, if they see a real value, people buy stuff up front. Okay, when they get into your funnels, that happens. Sometimes you need to work on those people to get them buy other products. For example, usually nobody's going to buy a $5,000 product from anybody if they don't feel a strong relationship with that person, or if they don't feel that that person is going to provide true value and, of course, true solutions. Okay, so how do you develop a relationship throughout the time? And this is one of the key questions. And the answer is very simple. Just be yourself, be legit, and think about the problems, think about the solutions of your customers. What do you really want them to achieve? Okay, what do you really want them, just think about all of those things that they really need. Okay, just don't sell stuff that you want, but sell stuff that they really need. Okay, so it's all about long-term relationship. It's all about long-term. It's like, let's say that it's like getting married. Many people ask me, Dennis, when you say getting married, what do you mean by that? And it's exactly that. Let's say that you meet somebody, a man or a girl, and you for some in an X amount of time you're dating, and then you kiss each other, and then you get married. Okay. And getting married would be something like making a sale. For example, people buy from you. What happens next? Well, basically, you can keep and keep and keep and keep selling. Okay, and many people just don't understand that concept. Many people think, well, Dennis, and many people told me, hey, but if I don't make money upfront and I get people into my list and I don't have anything to offer them, and I'm not making money upfront or with the front end offer or with the one-time offers or with the upsells I got, I'm losing money. And the answer is no, you're not losing money. If you know how to take those people through this process of dating until you get married, actually you're gonna make 40 times, 50 times, 100 times more the investment you did on acquiring that specific lead. Okay, so you see what I mean? And there's a very simple thing we do in order to understand how much is the lifetime value for each of the customers we have. And basically we track all of the customers we get. Okay, so for example, it's not about only getting people to buy once from you, it's about developing a long-term thing. Let's call it a relationship until you get married, but not only once but several times, because then you can celebrate the marriage after 1 month, and then you can celebrate again after 2 months, and then you can celebrate after 1 year time, 2 years time, 5 years time. I got people that have been following me for years, and the answer and the reason is very, very simple, because they keep learning, they keep getting value from our emails, they keep interesting in this subject. Of course, at some point people will leave your emails. It may be because they're not even interested in what you're saying, maybe because they got tired, maybe something happened, maybe they already found the solution, whatever that is. Some people will leave, and that's okay. But some people will stay forever, and those people will pay forever. Okay? So bear in mind, it's not about how much money you make upfront, it's actually the lifetime value of your customers. And this is one of the key things I really teach in many masterminds and many videos. There's only 2 variables you have to have in mind. Number 1 is how much do you pay per customer? Your customer acquisition value. Let's say $1, $2, $10, $100, whatever that is. And at the second place is the lifetime value of your customers. And I'm not talking about the funnel value of your customers, but the lifetime value. How many times and how many dollars do they spend on you just because you are a true person that provides true valuable advices? Okay, so think about this. These are the key things in any business. How much do you spend per customer, and how much do you make per customer over the time? And I mean forever, not just today or not just in a couple of weeks, but forever. Because again, people will stay with you for a very, very long time if you know how to develop the relationship. And by the way, this is one of the things I always mention, and this is like love. Okay, let's say you date somebody, then you marry somebody, and then what happens? You have to keep working on the relationship. You have to doing things in order to have a good relationship with the other person. Well, email marketing is exactly the same thing. Okay, it's not only about kissing each other and then marrying each other, it's about how do you perform over the time. Okay, so very, very simple. Just keep that in mind and you're going to be very, very successful. Okay, my name is Dennis Belitsky and I'm the Crazy Russian Guy. Leave your comments below this video, subscribe to my channels, stay with me, and there's gonna be a lot of more cool stuff coming in the next videos. Bye bye, see you.